gonna miss this sound. Hello everybody. I want to introduce you all to my replacement car for my Lamborghini Huracan. As you saw in the video title, I didn't make it some kind of secret, but I just brought home my very first Ferrari. Now, this was not an easy change to make. I mean, it wasn't like that hard of a change to make. I mean, it is just a car. And I can always get another Lamborghini. But it was not an easy change to make because, you know, again, as I said in my last video, I've been on the V10 platform for over 3 years, and I fell in love with it. You know, and that means a lot because, you know, I'm familiar with how to drive a car. Any supercar, you need to kind of get used to how to drive it. You need to know how the powertrain works, you know, how to change the gears, you know, how the car builds power, how the transmission works, when to shift, you know, all that sort of stuff. And over the years of owning the R8 and my Lamborghini Huracan, I just got very familiar with it. I became very comfortable with the drivetrain. And I also got used to a very shouty, loud, aggressive, you know, just a very rowdy car, and something that just screams to the world, I own an expensive supercar. And the Ferrari I got is a different thing. And some people will say, well, look, I mean, don't you want a loud, shouty car? Well, you know, as I said in my last video, I loved having it, but I want a different experience. I want to just go in a totally different direction, and that's what I just did. All right, so let's just check it out. I just brought it home a short while ago. No, it's not not that. And here it is. This is my new, to me, Ferrari F8 Tributo. And another thing, this is my very first sports/supercar that's not a Spider. That is right. I actually bought a coupe. So this is a new thing for me because I generally have preferred Spiders and convertibles, you know, just due to the open air experience and the sound. I'm a big sound guy. But I saw this F8 Tributo for sale in Ferrari Lake Forest, and you know, came to a deal with them after some negotiation, and basically, well, now it's in my garage. Now, I've only taken this car for a test drive, and I only drove it today for 30 to 40 minutes, and I've not done like a super hard pull, so it's a little early for me to give my initial impressions. But you know, I've owned turbocharged vehicles before, so that's not a surprise for me. It just builds power differently than the V10 does. But it is my very first Ferrari, so this is kind of a landmark moment for me. Somehow it feels like you've made it once you've owned a Ferrari, which is probably silly, but at least it sort of feels that way. It's probably the most, in my opinion, it's the most aesthetically beautiful car I've ever owned. I mean, it's just, it's so beautiful. And I love the styling of the F8. I think it's at least one of the most beautiful recent Ferraris ever made. You know, the steering is very, very precise. I mean, some of the most darty steering I've ever experienced. I mean, I have test driven a McLaren 600 LT before, so maybe that edges the F8 out a little bit. I've driven a 296 GTB Ferrari on a racetrack before, so that was kind of similar to this too. I mean, it's just such a new experience. So we'll take a quick look at the interior here. And here it is. So I'm not gonna sit inside the car right now, but just wanna give you an idea how the interior looks. I really love this leather color. It just looks so rich and high quality. I really fell in love with this interior as soon as I saw this. What the hell, I'll just sit down for a moment. So I also really love the styling And you know, this is not a brand new model or anything, but it's still one of the very close to new Ferrari models. And I, you know, look at all the carbon fiber. I mean, you have it like everywhere here. Always love the yellow tachometer right there. Just brilliant. And I do like these vent covers. Now, probably one of my favorite things, because I've always owned Spyders, this is the first time that you can actually see the engine bay, because again, I have a coupe. And honestly, there is no sweeter engine bay than this. I mean, this is just a work of art. Look at it. Now, I mean, I'm gonna say the Lamborghini Huracan engine bay is probably equal. So I'm not gonna knock that, but you know, this is what it is, and it's pretty badass. And I love the rear view of this car. Just love the styling here. So this is my updated garage stable. 2 turbocharged beasts. The one on the left makes 617 horsepower. The one on the right makes 710 horsepower and is probably over 1,000 pounds lighter. At my last video, I said that my next video, which is this one, I would introduce my car and it would be my final YouTube video. I'm just gonna modify that a bit. This may or may not be my final video, but I am gonna take a break from YouTube for a while. You know, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I thank you all for watching, and take care, everybody.